pronunciation, Meg, and in this video I would like to give you an example of what the speaking module for the International English Language Testing System is really like. Okay. This is the speaking module for the International English Language Testing System, conducted on February 5th, 2011 at center number 149. The candidate is Jana Doe, candidate number 000123, and the examiner is Meg Pronuns. Good afternoon, my name is Meg. Could you tell me your full name, please? Jana Doe. Thank you. And what shall I call you? Jana's fine. And can you tell me where you're from? I'm from Finland. Can I see your identification, please? Sure, here it is. Thank you, that's fine. Now in this first part I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student? Well, currently I am studying English. I just graduated in my home country with a bachelor's in engineering, and I would like to enter into the master's program in engineering here at Inner City College. Is there anything, or what do you like about this subject? Well, English is a good choice of language for me to learn because a lot of the literature about engineering is actually published in English, so it is very wise for me to improve my understanding, especially of English. And every day that I study English also, I feel like I'm moving a little bit closer to my overall career goals. Is there anything you don't like about the subject? Oh yes, some of the grammar in English is really hard to learn because it's different from that of Finnish. So definitely I would say the grammar is not my favorite. Do you think you will continue to study this subject in the future? Oh sure, there will always be a need for me to study English since I'm not a native speaker. And I think that also learning has to go on all of one's life, especially the learning of a language. I'd like to move on to talk about the weather now. What is your favorite kind of weather? Well, I really love snowy weather. Why? Well, it snows a lot in Finland, so I miss it a lot. I think snow is really peaceful. Is there any kind of weather you don't particularly like? Yeah, I don't really like rainy weather, especially the kind of rainy weather where the rain just comes down steadily and it goes on and on for several days. That's the most unpleasant kind of weather, I think. When was the last time you did something special because of the weather? Well, 2 weekends ago, the sun was out and the temperature was perfect outside, so my boyfriend and I went to the lake. Let's talk about reading books now. Why do you think some people like reading books? Well, I guess people like reading books because they like to escape to another place, another time where there are interesting adventures and characters. People can experience life in books that goes beyond the everyday human experience. Do you enjoy reading books? No, not really. Why? Not. Why not? Well, I don't really have time to read books anymore. I think I would rather pick up a magazine or a newspaper and find out what's going on in the world than to kind of be stuck with a book for several days. So, did you read books as a child? No, not really. I was kind of an active kid, so I preferred to go outside and play than to be inside reading a book. Do you think a book is would you ever give a book as a gift? No, I don't think I would ever give a book as a gift because I don't read myself, so I don't really know what other people would enjoy reading who are readers, and I don't know what books are good, and I don't know what people who read a lot have or have not already read, so it doesn't seem like a very appropriate gift for me to give. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like for you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Oh, yes, sure. Here is some paper and a pencil for making notes, and here is your topic. I'd like you to tell me about a well-known or famous landmark in your hometown. All right, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time's up. Can you start speaking now, please? Okay, well, my hometown is Helsinki, the capital of Finland. Helsinki is spread out across several islands in the Gulf of Finland, which is also part of the Baltic Sea. And on the coast there's a very big fortress that looks like a castle, and it's called the Suomenlinna, and it's really famous because it was built in the 1700s to keep out the Russians from the coast of Helsinki. It was supposed to keep them from invading Finland, and they constructed this fortress over 6 islands in Helsinki. So it's an impressive feat of engineering, and it's also situated on the coast and in the sea, which is very colorful, and so it's very visually impressive and rich with history. So there are a lot of tourists there, and also a lot of locals who like to go and enjoy the surroundings. Thank you. Can I have the booklet and paper and pencil back, please? Thank you. Well, we've been talking about a famous landmark in your hometown, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider, first of all, travel to famous places. Can you list some reasons why people enjoy traveling to famous places? Do you agree or disagree that it is possible to live somewhere without a famous place? Let's talk about the preservation of famous landmarks. Do you agree or disagree that tourism to famous landmarks can be bad for them? What steps do local governments need to take to ensure that famous landmarks are protected? Finally, let's consider the impact of world travel.